Petite. Is it petite or petit?
Petite.
Petite. Petite. Isn't that such a nice word? For those of us that don't speak French, it's such a wonderful petite. I love it. Okay, over to you, Fonio.
Good evening, everyone. We're here today to talk about Fonio. I don't know if anybody here has ever heard of Fonio. Fonio is one of the world's most ancient grain. It's actually older than rice itself. Fonio is gluten-free. It has a lot of amino acid, and it tastes really good. We like to think about it as the perfect replacement for rice. So any rice dish, you could actually replace it with Fonio. Bloomberg magazine calls Fonio, and I quote, the superfood that could solve famine and the drought. 75% of the world Fonio production is done in Guinea, in West Africa. The other 25% are in other countries in West Africa. The only problem is, as most of the products coming out of Africa, they're being traded with very little added value, and they also, the farmers are not getting their money's worth. Another particularity for Fonio is that it's very, very difficult to process Fonio. In fact, it actually takes a full day of processing traditionally to have a dish ready to be consumed. Our solution is very simple. It's called the 5-minute Fonio. And what we've decided to do is to take away all the pain point of Fonio, all the processing that's been done in the past traditionally. We pre-cook the Fonio and we package it in a revolutionary way so that you could actually consume it and have it in your plate in 5 minutes. With almost 3 years of existence, we've actually managed to raise our sales to reach 251,000 in 2019. We did that by having 120 selling points in Guinea. We also have selling points in the United States. We sell it at one Carrefour in France, also in Mali and in Senegal. Our competition, traditionally, the open market, people would traditionally go to the open market and buy the Fonio. Takes a lot of time to process, and the quality is not the best. The other competition is also Fonio that's being traded, also a very low value. And we're also seeing competitors coming in the packaged Fonio business, but also there the focus is not really quality. As I mentioned earlier, 75% of the world Fonio is being cultivated in Guinea. This represents a $500 million potential export for Guinea in terms of Fonio. The team, it's a family business. The experience ranges from technology, sales, marketing, and finance. We also have 13 women that are working with us daily to clean the Fonio. But that's not all. We also have worked with 2 groupments of women that create 65 indirect jobs for La Petite Damba. We're projecting in the next 3 years to reach $1.5 million in sale. And the way we're going to do that, we're going to increase production. We're going to invest in infrastructure. We're going to develop new markets. And we're also going to impact the women that have been helping us closer to the farmland. We're projecting to have over 500 women working with us before 3 years. My name is Fonio. I'm the co-founder of La Petite Damba, and I would love to partner with you guys to develop Fonio in your market. Thank you.
I think you had most of us by Superfood, hey? Charles?
Yes, thank you very much for your presentation. Can I keep the bag and send it to Ghana?
Yes,
so that I can
absolutely.
prepare and enjoy that. So my question is really simple. What are you going to do with the $5,000? Like,
a lot of the processing of Fonio today is being done manually. If you think about it, if you have a 50-kilogram bag of Fonio, it takes a woman 8 hours to actually process it. That's not very sustainable. So we need to invest in equipment, and some of that money will come in equipment. And on the flip side, if you produce a lot, you need to find markets for it. So we need to travel, go to fairs, and try to sell this product.
Great presentation. I have two questions. One is I don't know anything about Fonio, so can you like tell us a little bit, what it is exactly and the process, if you can take us through. And then the second is you told us that it takes time to produce the Fonio. Is it to grow it? I don't know the whole process, but so what's your price point? Are you serving for a high-end market? Is it expensive, or yeah?
Okay, thanks for the question. Fonio is a grain that only grows in West Africa. As I mentioned, 75% of it comes from Guinea. It's a little smaller than couscous, and it's dry. You add water to it, you heat it up, and then you could have, same way you would do couscous. Now, you could add sauce to it. You could use it for anything you would use couscous or rice as a replacement and prepare it. What was the second question? The processing of the fonio. Yes.
So, like, are you serving for high end? Like, is it expensive or is it?
Yes, we're definitely going for the upper level market. Reason being, it costs a lot of money to process fonio. There's no automated process as we know today that will facilitate this process. We are in the process of actually doing some research, advancing on seeing how we could actually process it. So any food processing company would love to talk to you and see how we could adapt certain technologies that have been done in the past to fonio itself.
Thank you very much. Very interesting presentation, and I did not know what fonio was either. So I learned something. My question is about the value addition of your product and relatedly the social impact. So you mentioned the women that that are working for you, but with the creation of a higher value impact, does some of that additional profit trickle down to the people that are cultivating this grain? Like, what does it look like, and how are you measuring your social impact as well? Thanks.
Thank you. So from the start, we decided we're not farmers. We understand we're not farmers. There are farmers. We present ourselves as transformer, food processor, packaging company, and also a marketing company. So in that case, we work with two groups of women that are actually doing all the processing of the fonio ahead of time. They have experience working with the farmers, negotiating prices with the farmers, and then on our end, we negotiate prices with them, with these ladies. So with the operation today, we're employing indirectly 65 women. As we find new markets and we could sell the product, we could actually expand this network and have more indirect impact.
My question is in regards to the farming bit and the farming part. And I think in terms of climate change, we have seen a change pattern in the rain system across the West African region. I know fonio, like in my local language, it's called Findi, which is really nice. But at the end of the day, it's like the rain pattern is changing in terms of the climate change. What are you doing to ensure that this product can be cultivated even after when there's a problem of drought or something like that to avoid it? Are you actually educating your farmers on some techniques actually they can use to be able to do this?
Great question. We're not educating farmers right now. The reason why they say fonio could solve famine and the drought is because fonio doesn't need water to grow. Fonio, you could put it in the driest place on earth, it would actually grow. And one of the particularity of fonio is that its root could go up to 1 meter underground to get nutrients from it. So from a global perspective, I think fonio would survive. That's not a problem that we've addressed so far.
Thank you so much, Fode. So Fode, what I'm going to do is everybody give them a round of applause. You can take a seat. It's really hard to do this, to come up here, especially in a competition style where you kind of have to pour your heart and your guts on the floor and people are judging you. So you guys did so well, and I think every single project was absolutely amazing. And the reason that every single project was absolutely amazing is because the ITC has got partners with incubators and accelerators, so they really get like le crème de la crème. Did I get it right, David? So I'm going to give you 2 minutes, just 2 minutes to think of a final word to say to the judges of why you feel that today you should be walking home with that $5,000. In the meantime, what we're going to do, you can take a seat for this. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. In the meantime, what I'm going to do with that time is I'm going to ask Colette to please just tell us